Hello, and welcome to today's podcast. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to quickly learn English. Many of you probably want to improve your English faster, and that's great. Today, I'm going to share some tips that helped me improve my English in a short amount of time. These tips are simple and easy to follow, even if you're just starting out. By the end of this episode, I'm sure you'll have some new ideas on how to learn English quickly. 1. Start with the basics. When I started learning English, I knew it was important to start with the basics. If you don't know the basic words and phrases, it's going to be hard to communicate. So, I started by learning common greetings, numbers, days of the week, and other simple phrases. This helped me feel more confident when talking to people. For example, learning how to say, "Hello, how are you?" or "My name is Jack," for example, was a great way to start. You don't need to learn everything at once. Start small, and as you get better, you can add more difficult words and phrases to your vocabulary. The important thing is to build a strong foundation so that you can understand and use English in real-life situations. 2. Use English every day. The key to learning English quickly is to use it every day. I made it a habit to practice my English every single day, even if it was just for 10 minutes. I didn't wait for a perfect time to start learning. I just did it every day, even on busy days. Whether it was listening to a podcast, watching a YouTube video, or talking to a friend, I made sure to use English every day. This helped me get used to hearing and speaking the language. You don't need to study for hours each day. The most important thing is to practice a little bit every day. The more you expose yourself to English, the faster you will learn it. 3. Listen to English content. One of the fastest ways to learn English is to listen to English content. I started by listening to simple podcasts made for English learners, and then slowly moved on to faster podcasts, music, and movies. Listening to English helped me get used to the sounds of the language. I didn't understand everything at first, but after listening for a while, I started to recognize more words. You can listen to English content while doing other things, like walking, cooking, or cleaning. The key is to listen every day. Even if you don't understand everything, just keep listening. It will help you get used to how English sounds. And over time, you'll start to understand more. 4. Use subtitles. Another thing that helped me learn English quickly was using subtitles. I started by watching TV shows or movies with English subtitles. This helped me connect the spoken words with the written words. When I didn't understand a word, I could read it on the screen. This helped me improve my vocabulary and pronunciation. Once I got more comfortable, I started watching without subtitles. At first it was difficult, but I pushed myself to keep watching and listening. Over time, I became better at understanding spoken English, and I didn't need the subtitles anymore. 5. Practice speaking with others. One of the most important things I did to improve my English quickly was practice speaking with others. I used language exchange apps where I could talk to native speakers or other learners. This gave me a chance to practice what I had learned in real conversations. At first, I was nervous because I didn't know many words, but I quickly realized that the best way to learn is to actually speak the language. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Native speakers understand that you're learning, and they are usually happy to help. If you don't have anyone to talk to, you can also practice speaking by yourself. For example, Try speaking out loud while you're doing something, like describing what you're doing or talking about your day. The more you speak, the more comfortable you will feel. 6. Learn new vocabulary every day. To learn English quickly, you need to build your vocabulary. Every day, I made it a goal to learn at least 5 new words. It could be anything: a word from a podcast, a movie, or even something I read online. I would write down the new words and try to use them in sentences. This helped me remember the words better. You don't have to learn hundreds of words at once. Start with a small number of words every day, and over time, your vocabulary will grow. It's important to learn words that are useful in everyday conversations. Words like family, friends, work, home, and food will help you start speaking quickly. 7. Practice. Listening and speaking together. A good way to learn English quickly is to practice listening and speaking together. I used to listen to a short podcast, then repeat the sentences I heard. This is called shadowing. It helped me improve my pronunciation and speaking fluency. Even though I didn't understand everything at first, repeating what I heard helped me feel more comfortable speaking English. You can do this with any content: podcasts, movies, or TV shows. Try to repeat what you hear in real time. This will help you get used to the rhythm of the language and improve both your listening and speaking skills. 8. Keep a journal in English. Another thing I did was keep a journal in English. Every day, I would write a few sentences about what happened that day. This helped me practice using new words and grammar in my writing. Writing in English also helped me organize my thoughts in the language and improved my writing skills. You don't have to write long paragraphs. Just write a few sentences about your day or how you feel. The important thing is to practice writing regularly. You can also try writing about topics that interest you, like your favorite food or hobby. 9. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think one of the biggest secrets to learning English quickly is not being afraid to make mistakes. When I first started, I was afraid of making mistakes, but I quickly learned that it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. The important thing is to keep going. Every mistake is a chance to learn. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you make a mistake while speaking, just keep talking. Mistakes are part of the learning process, and they help you improve. 10. Set realistic goals. Finally, to learn English quickly, you need to set realistic goals. Don't expect to be fluent overnight. Set small, achievable goals, like learning 10 new words a week or listening to a podcast every day for 15 minutes. When you reach your goals, celebrate your progress. Small wins will help keep you motivated and excited about learning. 11. Use flashcards to learn new words. One of the best tools I used to learn new vocabulary quickly was flashcards. I created flashcards with new words I learned and would review them every day. There are many apps available, like Anki or Quizlet, where you can create digital flashcards. The great thing about flashcards is that you can use them whenever you have a few spare minutes, on the bus, waiting for a friend, or during lunch. By reviewing the cards regularly, you will remember the words and phrases better. This also helps you learn the spelling and pronunciation of new words. 12. Immerse yourself in English as much as possible. To learn English quickly, I knew I had to immerse myself in the language. This means surrounding yourself with English as much as you can. I started changing the language settings on my phone, computer, and social media to English. I also started following English-speaking YouTube channels and listening to English music. The more you expose yourself to English, the more you will learn. You don't have to make huge changes. Start by listening to English songs or watching YouTube videos in English. Immersion helps your brain start thinking in English. 13. Practice listening to different accents. As I continued improving my English, I realized that understanding different English accents was really important. People from different countries speak English in different ways. For example, British English sounds different from American English, and Australian English has its own unique style. I practiced by listening to podcasts and watching videos from people with different accents. This helped me get used to the way English is spoken in different parts of the world. It also helped me understand words and expressions that are used in different countries. So, try to listen to a variety of accents. The more you do, the easier it will be to understand English, no matter where it's spoken. So that's how I learned English quickly. It's all about practicing every day, using English in real-life situations, and not being afraid to make mistakes. If you use these tips, I'm sure you'll improve your English in no time. Don't forget to stay consistent. Be patient with yourself, and have fun along the way. Thanks for listening, and I hope these tips help you on your journey to learning English faster.